So I've got a new client that just lost 2.3 pounds in her first week in the program. And she was upset that she only lost 2.3 pounds. And I think that people don't understand how difficult it is to not only lose weight, but to lose that much weight in such a short time. And people don't really understand the math on what it takes to lose 2.3 pounds in 1 week. And I remember months ago, and I think I saved this, there was this lady on Instagram that she was talking about this exact point. So above her head, she had 6 pictures of herself, 6 progress photos. Each photo looked a little bit better. And what she said in the video was, she said, most people think this type of progress is supposed to happen in a few weeks or a few months. But she said what most people don't realize is all of these pictures above her head were over the course of 3 years, the beginning to the end. The first picture to the 6th picture was over the course of 3 years. And I think most people truly don't understand the length of time that it really takes to reach their goals. So they don't even know when they're doing good or when they're doing bad. And just for context, I wanted to break down the math so you had a better understanding of when you're doing better than you think you are. And I know I am not going to clear up this topic or this dilemma, whatever you want to call it, in this one video. But I'm hoping that if you're struggling with, are you doing good or are you doing bad, this video will help clear that up. And look, if you're putting in effort, no matter how much weight you're losing, you're doing good. Just the fact that you're putting in the effort means that you're doing better than all the people that are not putting in any effort. However, if you're not losing somewhere between what I consider, and it wouldn't even be fair for me to give you a range because everybody's different. But for all of my clients, I give them what I call a ceiling and a floor. A ceiling is the amount of weight that they should be losing, the upper limits, if they're doing everything right. And the floor is the least amount of weight they should be losing. So what I tell my clients is I never like to go with a definitive number. We need to lose X amount of pounds per week. I prefer the range of, let's focus this week on losing anywhere between 2 pounds to 1 pound. And that's our range. So anywhere in between that range, we're doing good. So if you're trying, you're doing good. Now, if you're not doing what you feel you should be doing, it's simple math that you need to do to kind of figure out what more you need to do. So and I might put the numbers somewhere on the screen just to illustrate what I'm talking about, but I do love these, what I call low effort, high value videos where there's very little editing. I've been a coach and trainer now for 35 years, so I can sit in front of this camera for hours and talk about a topic, if it's related to health, if it's related to fitness, if it's related to weight loss, if it's related to nutrition, because without needing to do much research, because I've been doing this for 35 years. Doesn't mean I know everything, but I know a lot. So I might or I might not put the math on the video, because then that would not make this a low effort video. And I love these low effort videos. And if you love them, comment below and let me know how much you love them. If you're getting anything out of these videos, comment below and let me know, and hit that heart button. Let me know how much you really love these videos. But anyway, so 2 pounds a week. If you're losing 2 pounds a week, here's what that means. Every pound is 3,500 calories. Let me make sure I'm recording. Yes. Every pound is 3,500 calories. So what that would mean is that if you're losing 2 pounds a week, you have created a 7,000 calorie per week deficit. Okay. Deficit meaning that there's more calories going out than what's coming in. And look, weight loss comes down to math. If you take more calories in than you burn, you gain weight. Okay. If you burn more calories than you take in, you lose weight. It is really as simple as that. And yeah, there's some complexity in there, but when it boils down to it, it's calories in and calories out. Now, 7,000 calories. If you're losing 2 pounds a week, you have somehow created a 7,000 calorie per week deficit. Now, if we take that by 7 days, that is a daily deficit, simple math, and that's why I went with 2 pounds, simple math of 1,000 calories per day. You need to create, or you have created, 1,000 calorie per day deficit. Now, you have done that one of three ways. You have either cut the amount of calories you eat per day by 1,000 calories, or you have burned an extra 1,000 calories per day. Now, both of these, not easy at all. It is not easy if you're coming from a place of very low structure, if you're coming from a place of eating whatever you want to eat. It is not easy to go from eating whatever you want to eat to cutting out an extra 1,000 calories per day. That's first off, okay? So not easy to eat 1,000 calories less in week one, coming from that, having no structure and eating whatever you want. Or on the other end, you can burn an extra 1,000 calories a day. Now, again, not easy. If you're someone that doesn't enjoy exercising, if you're someone that hates exercising, if you're someone that's not very physically active, if you live a sedentary life, it is not going to be very easy to burn an extra 1,000 calories per week. I mean, per day, not per week, per day. And here's the thing, myself, this is, and let me back up a little bit, that is an extra 1,000 calories per day, above and beyond what's normal physical activity for you. So you can either increase your level of physical activity throughout the course of the day just by moving more and to burn that extra 1,000 calories per day. But your lifestyle might not allow you to do that. So you may need to rely on exercise to burn that extra 1,000 calories a day. But that would mean that you would need to work out 7 days a week to burn that extra 1,000 calories per day. Now, for me, for an hour of lifting, I might burn 200 to 300 calories with an hour of lifting. Now, if I add in another hour of cardio, depending on what that cardio is, I might burn an extra 200 to 500 calories. So I've just done an hour of cardio and an hour of lifting, and I'm still, according to my averages, not at that extra 1,000 calories per day. Now think about it. How many people can afford or want to do an extra 2 to 3 hours of exercise every single day? Not many. Not even myself, who loves exercise. Can I do that every now and then? Yes. I don't have the time to do an extra 2 to 3 hours of exercise every single day. So again, to burn an extra 1,000 calories per day, not easy. So if you are losing 2 pounds a week, you are doing a lot to lose that extra 2 pounds per week, any way you slice the pie. Now, the way most people will do it is they'll split that 1,000 calories a day down the middle, and they will burn 500 extra calories a day, and they will eat 500 less calories per day, or some combination of that. It might be 70-30 diet exercise. It might be 60-40 exercise diet, whatever the case may be. But just understand that even if you're losing a pound a week, pound and a half, it takes a lot of effort to lose that weight. So don't think, and again, I think that because people see other people's journey on social media or TV or wherever, and they don't truly understand the context of the amount of time that it took for that person to reach that goal. People are putting up before and after pictures, and they're not necessarily sharing their stories on how long it took them to reach those goals. So just understand that if you're losing a pound a week, if you're losing a pound and a half a week, if you're losing anything, it is taking you more effort to reach those goals than you probably realize. So you need to start giving yourself more credit for accomplishing what you're accomplishing. So I just wanted to share that story because I know there's a lot of people out there that are struggling with the fact that they're not reaching their goals fast enough, not understanding that their result is directly in alignment with their efforts. And their efforts are probably much more than they're used to doing. And look, the reality is if you want more, you gotta do more. So if you want to lose more weight, you gotta do more work. You either gotta cut your calories more or you gotta increase your physical activity. That's the only way. So let me know down below what you think about this topic, what your questions are about this topic or others. And if you need help on your fitness journey, click the first link down below in the description, fill out the form, and the two of us will figure out what we need to do to get you from where you're at to where you want to be.